Hi guys! Now at the weekend we had the twins' birthday party and it was awesome. It was like a camp out style party with a campfire. We made s'mores, toasted marshmallows, did a scavenger hunt in the woods. But I had so many good intentions of filming it for you and sharing it, but it was so manic. It was all I could do to keep up with the kids and I didn't get my camera out once. The only photo I got was this one photo on my phone after all the kids had left, so bit useless. I suck at being a vlogger, I'm sorry. Now the twins are back at school and their birthday's done and dusted, so it's time for me to knuckle down and start getting some work done. So I'm going to be spending a lot of time in my office and I thought I would give you a little tour of it. It's downstairs. I'm really lucky to be able to have a dedicated home office, but I do work from home, so I need a space to be able to shut myself away and get stuff done when I need to. First thing to have a look at is the floor. Now, it used to be carpeted. Most of our house is carpeted. There's no gorgeous wooden floorboards, which is what I yearn for. In a fit of pique one day, I pulled up the carpet, gave the floor, I think 3 coats of white floor paint. It felt lighter, brighter, more modern in there, but actually the casters on my office chair have really worn away some of the paint on the floor, so it is going to need repainting quite regularly, so it's quite a high maintenance option really. Next thing to have a look at is my wall of magnetic memo boards. These are the Spontan memo boards from Ikea. They're just metal boards, you mount them to the wall. They come in single pieces, but I wanted to mount a load together to create a whole wall that I could use as a memo board or a mood board or just to display some of the kids' artwork. Under the memo board is an IKEA unit that used to be in our living room. It's the Kallax unit. It actually was a really big unit, but we've chopped it in half and then stuck it in my office. It's a great place to store all my magazines that I need for work, my files, and you can put boxes in if there's things that you want to hide from view as well. So I have like my craft paper in there and Ben has his ugly work stuff. Just to the right of there I have a wall planner which I got Ben to make for me. The details are actually all on my blog, so I'll pop the link on for my blog Growing Spaces because the instructions are on there. It's basically a roll of brown paper that I can pull down. I write up any important things that I need to remember for that week. I sort of plan out my time for the week. My desk is another of our little IKEA hacks. It's just a piece of thick plywood. The edges have all been sanded so they're not too rough, and we've used the Godvin cable legs from IKEA. So you just flip over the board and screw those legs in and you've got yourself a really cheap desk that I think looks really modern and I'm really pleased with it. Above my desk was my sort of treat to myself. It's my pocket string shelf. I had seen them all over the internet. Loads of bloggers have them and I sort of fell completely in love and I treated myself to a set. I got mine from a shop called Utility. They don't serve any practical purpose whatsoever. I have great fun sort of styling those shelves up. And it's just nice to be able to sit at your desk and look up and see something pretty, I think. I have used an outdoors lighting garland that came from Out There Interiors. We've put a hook up on the wall and I've just wound those lights round and round and round and then plugged them into the socket below. When they're switched on in the evenings, they give a lovely warm sort of really gentle glow. They look nice during the day. I just think they add a bit of decoration to that bare wall. Just next to those, we have got Timezone clocks. They're really simple and minimal, and I love having them on the wall, but I can't bear the sound of ticking. So you'll notice that none of them actually tell the time. We were really struggling to find somewhere to store all our recipe books. The windowsill in my office is where they've ended up. I've put them in colour order just because I like how that looks. On the other side of the room, I've got an old church pew that I painted up with some Velspar paint. I'd love to say that that's where I sit and think of my ideas, but actually it generally becomes a bit of a dumping ground. Above there is a big bare wall that I'm still trying to decide what to put there. You can see the holes where I've had some shelves up, but I feel like there's already quite a lot of shelving in the room, so I don't want to fill that with more shelves. I want to do something a bit more interesting with it, so watch this space. Lastly, there's my office chair. I was getting really bad neck and back pain, so I wanted to find a chair that tilted, the seat tilted, as well as being able to adjust the back. This gorgeous leather one is from wayfair.co.uk. When I sat on it when it arrived, I just thought, this is amazing, finally I can work in comfort. So I think that's it for the tour of my room. Don't worry, it doesn't always look like this. This morning, it looked like this. And I had to do a fair amount of clearing to try to get it ready to show you. I think because it's downstairs, it does tend to become a dumping ground. If we've got people coming over, that's where I tend to throw all the clutter and then I shut the door so that no one knows it's there. It's a much, obviously, nicer space to work in when it's clear and clutter-free. I hope you've picked up some ideas. If you've enjoyed this video, then please subscribe to my channel, Heather at Home, and I will see you back here next week. Bye!